This hour is your English news broadcast hour, dear viewers, and welcome. We are live from our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief, and your reports for today are: Mandefara School of Assistant Nursing graduate students. Training on mental health in the central region. Civilians killed as violence flare in South Kivu despite peace deals. And Venezuela and Turkish counterpart discuss military deployment in the Caribbean, and more on your international. Welcome to your local in brief. Mandefara School of Assistant Nursing has graduated 25 barefoot doctors, including 17 females, on December 6th. Mr. Berhat Fisaye, director of the school, indicated that the graduatees were from the southern, central and southern Red Sea regions, said that they have successfully completed the theoretical and practical training provided over the past 6 months. Commanding the training opportunity they were given, the graduatees expressed their conviction to diligently serve the people with the knowledge they gained from the program. Mr. Birhane Dabru, Director General of Policy Planning and Human Resources Development at the Ministry of Health, noting that the expansion of health facilities at the national level has reached 80%, said that earnest efforts are being exerted to provide healthcare services to residents living in remote areas through barefoot doctors, indicating that the barefoot doctors who graduated in previous rounds are providing commendable healthcare services in their places of assignment. Dr. Birhane said that they are especially contributing significantly to the prevention of communicable diseases. Mandefara School of Assistant Nursing has so far graduated 87 barefoot doctors. On your preceding local and final, training focusing on mental health was provided in the Central Region in collaboration with the Ministries of Health and Education. The training was conducted at Samaatat Secondary School. The training was provided to 177 teachers, supervisors, and heads of educational office branches from the subzone of Gadjarat and Gazamanda in Asmara. Nurse Musgun Johannes, representative of the Ministry of Health, said that the objective of the training was to enhance the role of teachers in nurturing students with health mental well-being, as well as to identify students who have psychological problems and provide them with the necessary support. Indicating that mental health issues are becoming one of the critical problems worldwide, Nurse Musgun called on teachers and parents to strengthen their relations and contribute their due part. Your global up next after this. Your reports on the international line. Villagers carrying wounded coffins and children with shrapnel wounds crowded the corridors of Sangi Hospital on Saturday, December 6th, after fresh bombardment tore through communities along the Ruzizi Plain, killing several people and sending families fleeing from Luvangi and Katoga towards the town for safety. The surge in violence comes 2 days after Congo and Rwanda signed a U.S. brokered peace agreement under President Donald Trump, hailed as a breakthrough meant to halt years of conflict in the east. Instead, clashes have intensified across parts of the South Kivu, with blasts report around Luvangi, Katogta and Kamanola as thousands continue to flee renewed hostilities. At the Ruzizi General Hospital in Sangi, relatives arrived carrying wooden coffins to retrieve the bodies of victims killed in Saturday's bombardment. Hospital Director Rene Kanyongu said the facility recorded 37 injured people in the past 24 hours, including 20 minors and 5 to 20, and received 6 bodies through 3 brought in dead and 3 who died in hospitals, among them children under 2. Continued shelling along the RN5 has made it difficult to determine the full toll as more families arrive in Sangay seeking refuge. Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan spoke by phone on Saturday about global geopolitics and the military deployment in the Caribbean. As reported during the phone conversation, the Turkish president expressed deep concern over the threats recently facing Venezuela, particularly the military deployment and various actions intended to disrupt peace and security in the Caribbean. The two leaders exchanged views on global geopolitics and the latest international development affecting stability, the future of humanity, said in a statement. Maduro said the maneuvers in the Caribbean constitute an illegal, disproportionate, unnecessary, and even extravagant act of aggression, adding that Venezuela will continue working for peace. On bilateral cooperation, Maduro said Venezuela is willing to move forward with Ankara to reach the goal of $3 billion in trade. According to this statement, the two sides also agreed on the importance of restoring direct air services between Caracas and Istanbul to facilitate travel for thousands of tourists and investors. In late November, Turkish Airlines suspended its operations to Venezuela following a warning issued by the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, which urged extreme caution when flying over Venezuela and the southern Caribbean. Maduro also invited Erdogan to visit Venezuela in 2026 for the 5th Joint Cooperation Commission meeting. On your final of all reports, a fire at a popular nightclub in India's coastal region of Jawar has killed about 25 people. Most of the victims are believed to be staff of the Brinch by Romeo Lane nightclub located near a popular beach. Tourists are also said to be among the dead. Police believed a gas cylinder exploded in the club's kitchen, causing a blaze to rip through the venue on Saturday at midnight Indian local time. The nightclub's manager has been arrested and an arrest warrant for the owner has been issued. Jawar is a former Portuguese colony on the Arabian Sea. Its nightlife, sandy beaches and resorts attract millions of tourists annually. Eyewitnesses told the BBC of scenes of panic in the blasting nightlife area. However, one eyewitness said that it was a usual Saturday night and holidaymakers were enjoying themselves, in quote. It's reported that most of the bodies were found near the kitchen, suggesting the victims were employed at the club. 8 bodies have so far been identified as workers from other Indian states, including Jharkhand, Assam and Uttarakhand. One of the firefighters at the scene told BBC they were still identifying the victims and would then notify their families immediately. With all of your reports for this hour, I am Zahra Badouri. These are your recap for this major headlines. Mandafara School of Assistant Nursing graduate students. Training on mental health in Central Region. Civilians killed as violence flare in South Kivu despite peace deal. Venezuela and Turkish counterpart discuss military deployment in Caribbean and more. Dear viewers, do update yourselves with more news here on ERi-TV. Until then, from me and the broadcasting team here tonight, thanks for watching.